Hello, hello, and welcome. Christina M. Johnson here. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the color-coded sticky notes that I use for mind mapping. Okay, now I want to preface this entire recording with this. I've structured this so that it looks neat, so that you can get the idea, but it will look a little bit messy if you're using this strategy for the first time, or if you used it before and you're just coming up with the ideas. You may have to erase some things, scratch some things out, or just totally ball the stickies up and throw them away because you want to totally get rid of the idea. So for the sake of time, I've already put some tape and the sticky notes up, and I've already written on them so that we can get through this a lot quicker. I use the story mapping idea when I want to organize my thoughts for a large, something that I'm doing that's pretty large. A task that I have to come up with some prose, some nonfiction content, and I want it to be valuable. And I actually use this technique. I used it when I had my blog on faiththatconquers.com, and I took a 4-article blog series and turned it into my 4-book series. So the Faith That Conquers, the Filter Your Faith, Faith to Forgive, and then also Faith to Focus on Conquering Until Successful. These books were part of that blog, and I used this technique. So let's jump right in and go ahead and get started. Okay. So when you are mind mapping, you want to start with your overall idea. Once you have your overall idea, say mine is faith, you're going to put that in the very middle, okay? And you may not be able to see these little stickies, but I just wanted to show you the activity that goes into it. Because when you're moving, I mean, I could have did it on like a whiteboard or something like that, but when you're moving and you're involved in it, you know, it helps you to remember things a lot quicker. Alrighty, so the next color-coded sticky I like to use is the topics and chapters. Because these are going to be your main topics, okay? Now for the subtopics, you're going to have another color sticky, okay? And that sticky, I needed to define what these things were, okay? So for your reader, you're going to definitely want to define things for them. You want to have the simplest definitions as possible. So that's what I said I wanted to do. I wanted to define each one of them. Then I wanted to have some examples, okay? I wanted to have some examples of, I'm sorry, this goes up here. I wanted to have some examples of faith. And then I wanted to have a prayer, okay? And that's what I did next. Alrighty, I put prayer, okay? Okay, so now we have our main idea, our subtopics, and then we break it down even further with the next sections. So the next thing that we're going to be doing, we are going to move on to some of the things that add flavor to your writing. Now, I like to add quotes or scriptures and things like that into my writing to kind of keep people interested in what's going on. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to add in quotes and scriptures. Now for these quotes and scriptures, I had them for each section. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, now we have all of that done. You have the main idea. Then you're branching out, okay? You see how we're working. Now we have that final row we just did with the examples from the different scriptures or quotes that we're going to use. Then I love to add in something really, really juicy. Alrighty, so this is a way that you will be able to connect even further with your reader, your audience, your client, your customers. You need to tell them some examples of what you're talking about and how it worked. Okay, and for that, I like to add in stories or clients. And when I say clients, I'm talking about case studies, testimonials, things that you have had experience with that were positive, that worked. ways that weren't so positive, the only way that I would insert those examples and experiences is if they're teachable moments, and you're going to teach them something new that you learn from that mistake or what have you. So that's what we're getting ready to put in. We're going to put in some clients, my client number one, some information about him or her, and then we're going to put that in there for them. Alrighty, so there you have it, your overall idea, and then you branch out and to your different thoughts, and then even more subtopics. Then you have some examples that you're using. Those are the different colors, and then you finalize with examples. So hopefully that has been helpful, and you will be able to organize your ideas using the color codes. So how do you use this map and take it off of the wall and put it onto paper? So you then come over, and then you know exactly what you need to do next in order to get your point across and to reach the hearts and minds of your ideal audience, your ideal reader, your clients and customers.